Welcome back, operators. Season 4 Nightwatch is launching on April 21st, which is literally next Monday, so in a few days. So a lot of information has been shared, both from the developers and from other websites that are leaking information from the Chinese servers. So today I'm going to dive deep into the operation mode updates. I'll touch on the other game updates towards the end. You have the timestamps to select what you're interested in. So let's get into everything you need to know about surviving in the darkness. So Season 4 biggest operation update is introducing night combat with Operation Blackout. And that will start with the Zero Dem map. What they say is not just a cosmetic change. It's a complete rethinking of the tactical experience. So the official stream of the developers of deltaforce emphasized that the field of view would be significantly limited when you're in the darkness. So think about night mode. So making the sound much more important and crucial to survive. So they describe it as a completely immersive atmosphere, and you will hear a lot of details like more of the wind, the cracking doors, the lights moving around when they are moving with the wind. The way they described it reminded me a lot about Hunt Showdown. If you've ever played that game, every single crack or every sound is very important because you don't really see things, or it's hard to spot. They especially noted, and I took the code, so like any sound may mean a deadly danger, and only by mastering both the sound and the vision you can survive. So I think there will be really moments where you can barely see anything. This has been confirmed. There are a couple of rumors from what has been tested on the Chinese servers that the Operation Blackout, so the night mode, will come both in Zero Dem normal, and they are introducing the hard mode as well. So the hard mode will increase the requirements, the gear requirements to enter. The numbers that I've seen so far, they were between 500 and 600k to be able to enter in hard mode. But not only the gear requirements, there is as well a fee to enter, which was, I think, shared about 80k, 80,000. This is very similar to Arena Breakout Infinite. When the harder level you go into, the more money you have to pay to enter it, making it harder and harder to make it valuable to do them. They say as well that the hard mode will reduce the number of extraction points. They're going to keep, from the rumors, once again, 3 points. The first one will be a switch activation, similar to what you do in Brackesh, and with the 5-minute timers, meaning that someone activates it, everybody's going to be rushing, and you're going to make sure to at least one fight to be able to extract. They're going to keep the abandoned backpack extraction points, so basically the one where you have to leave your backpack behind to be able to extract. And they're going to keep one paid extraction point. I can imagine this one's going to be very costly. From what I've read on some website, they talk about 100k value. I don't know how much the quests are going to be giving in the hard mode, but for sure it's going to make it much harder to extract, which is the goal of the hard mode. I don't know if it's fully accurate or not, but for sure the night operation in this new blackout operation mode will change a lot the way we play the game. Okay, on to the second point, which is the night visions and thermal equipment. Because the map will be in the dark, this equipment will become much more important. So we already had the introductions of some equipments in the past season, which I don't think had not been really used, but now it's going to be really needed. So it was confirmed to be able to navigate in darkness. They're going to release new night vision goggles and thermal, what they call, devices. So basically these tools will be needed to be able to see in the dark and to spot both the AI enemies and the other operators. So what the developers specifically mentioned is like these visions tools will be crucial to be able to compete. So that makes me really think that we're going to have places on the map when you can literally see nothing. So if you don't have anything to spot enemies, they can literally be laying down next to you and you're not going to be able to see them. I hope this is not going to transform the game into a much bigger rat mode, but we will see. If we look at what was leaked from some of the tests and some of the website from Chinese servers, they said there will be a new night vision helmet, and that night vision helmet will have different view configuration. I think from one of the screenshots that I've seen, there's kind of the standard night vision with a green tint, but as well there are things to enhance the view with the heat visions, like the heat signatures of the bodies, and maybe some sort of hybrid mode when you can see different things between enemies and as well the terrain and the map to be able to navigate. I've seen as well a speculation that I find really cool is when you have these night visions equipments or devices, they will not come with an unlimited battery. So basically you have to be smart on when to enable it or not, otherwise you'll use the battery the battery way too fast and they're not going to be useful in the world map. I like that. It adds something to the game, to the strategy about how you use your equipment. I like that. I even read that they could even have something like if when it's enabled and you look at the light or a flare or something like this could damage your equipment and then you cannot really use it onto the map. So don't know if it's only rumors, if it's not true, it's not accurate, but that would be pretty cool. Okay, let's talk a bit about the AI enemies. The developers revealed that AI soldiers are also adapting to the night operations. So guards will be equipped with flashlights to spot players, and that will be helping us, I guess, as well to spot them. And they will have something they call perceptions enhancing devices. They didn't share more about it, but I suppose there would be things that help them as well to navigate into the dark and be able to see the operators and justify to see the operators and limit the number of times they get killed. They're introducing a new boss and they have not shared a lot of detail about it. I think they call it Say. They say it brings some surprises in the dark. So this suggests we will see AI behaviors and potentially new attack patterns from the enemies we already know. Then the next thing is it's not totally related to operations, but the developers announced new exclusive content. They say the night exclusive mission called Night Gaggle Operation. So they didn't provide specific detail about the objective or the mechanics. They just described this as like waiting for you to experience this. So a new type of experiences, maybe to practice the night mode or maybe to feel or play with other things during these night modes other than operations. That suggests like kind of a mission. They would introduce a temporary mission or something like this. Okay, the other huge update is the introduction of a new operator. We knew they will bring a new one. This one is named Nox. It's an assault operator, so in the assault category. And the developer described him as born for the night. So that goes directly well with the updates we are doing. So according to the official trailer, if you have not watched it, I'll put it on screen now. His real name is Deon Bell. And he was trained by Havoc. So he's described as a seasoned mercenary with rich experience who prefers to operate independently. So that will be a very Metal Gear type of character. The design looks like it a lot. The trailer is actually pretty cool. And he specializes in information disruption. So as compared to a recon character, which is specialized in information collection, this one is here to disrupt the information. They shared screen on the images on the trailer, you can see some of the skills, what seems to be skills. So it's primarily tactical, it's called Silent Assaults, and when activated, it emits a sonic interference wave that minimize Nox sound propagation, reduce the alert range of enemies, and prevent enemy recon tool. So basically, Nox can move without making any sound. Enemies, AIs, and so on cannot spot him that easily. So really the stealth mode. But as well, if he gets scanned by a recon character, think about Luna or this kind of Hacklo, they should not be able to pinpoint where he is. I'm actually curious to know even if you're able to scan him. We're going to see that. But the idea is when you use that, it's not that easy to spot him. So he can move around the map much more easily. It seems to come as well with some sort of night vision, so like really made for the night. What has been confirmed about his abilities based on the screens from the trailer, he seems to have something named Tactical Flashbang. So basically, he has a flashbang that can throw and flash enemies, and the flashbang detonates shortly after the contact with the wall or enemies. And he has something like a disc. It seems to be a tracking device from the video, which basically you can lock onto enemies. I'm kind of curious to see how that plays out. It's not that easy to lock a device on enemies in this game. And when it's locked, it's going to first track it. So I guess you're going to be able to see the position of that operator, and then it explodes. And when it explodes, it releases blades all around and damage and slow all enemies around. So that tool, if you're able to throw it, that could be very interesting to push indoor areas, for example. So curious to see how that plays out. So this is Nox. Very, very curious and looking forward to try him. They announced new weapons as well for operations, which might be in the other mode as well. They announced a new assault rifle named the K437. They announced a new shotgun, double-barrel shotgun, 725 shotgun. And they announced something named the Dragon Spirit Shells. And on the video, if you look at it, I think it's exclusive to the extraction mode, to the operation mode. If you look at the video, it looks like a crazy shotgun that's firing, like it's shooting fire ammo. Curious to see this. There was another leak from the Chinese server tests, and they were talking about a compound bow. No mention at all during any official communication, so that just might be a rumor that might never happen. But this is something they classified as assassination type weapon. And in theory, that could be able to one-shot enemies. I remember these are just rumors. Actually, I don't know what I think about it. I don't know if there would be a good addition to the game or if it's something that I will not like at all. So let's see if it happens. They didn't announce it, so I'll be surprised it happens. Okay, some other operation improvements. So the developers confirmed that they are making significant improvement in the sound system, and I think that goes with night mode. The sound becoming so much more important. The sound needs to be perfect or very, very good. So they say that they focused on different parts for the sound. They said they are optimizing the footstep on different floors. So I guess my assumptions is they're gonna play with the materials you have on each floor. And depending on the sound of material, you're going to be able to spot much more where on what floor the enemies are. So they're going to improve that. They said they are making a lot of improvement as well on the gadgets. So basically knowing where a skill is used on what floor to be able to really have this spatial recognition. They mentioned as well fixing a large number of bugs and issues to improve the overall gameplay. Looking forward to see that. They've talked a bit about the future content, and they confirmed there will be a new map for Operation that would be a prison-themed map. And they mentioned something that I'm not sure what they meant and what it would look like, but they talked about underwater combat mechanics. Didn't mention in what mode, if it would be in Warfare or on Operations or both, but they said that the future content will be released around that. That was a rumor that a lot of people got excited about, but nothing was mentioned in the official announcements, is the team loot protection system, where basically the idea would be to prevent teammates that did not kill the enemy or heavily participated in assisting you killing the enemy to loot the bodies for about 2 minutes. Everybody was very excited to be able to have a mechanism to fight the loot goblins from your team, especially when you're playing with randoms, but nothing has been announced around this. So we will see if this happens or if it happens a bit later. Some of the announcements they made, they told that not everything will be released on the 21st, but things will come a bit mid-season. So let's see how that goes. Okay, I'm going to go much faster on these. These are more updates that are not related to operations directly, the operation mode. The first thing is a big announcement is the official mobile launch. They confirmed they will be launching the official mobile version the same day as the new season, so on April 21st. They said that it will have full access to both the Warfare and Operation modes, all maps of both modes, all operators, all vehicles, all weapons, all attachments, and there will be a cross-platform play if they want to play with PC users. They said that they actually reached 20 million pre-registrations across Android and iOS, so it's pretty impressive. Let's see how that goes at release. They confirm as well on the Warfare mode a new Commander mode. I usually don't play really these modes, but I got quite excited about the description, so that will come end of May. And this will be a 20 versus 20 battles. And the part that I think could be interesting is the way they are introducing something like the team leader tactical coordinator. So you can pick a team leader, and that team leader will have access to specific channels to communicate to the team, give targets, and basically direct and lead the team. A few other updates are what we call the Foundation Collapse. It's basically a new map event on the shuttle locations, and there will be environmental changes. I don't know much more about that. They're introducing a flamethrower. I think it's a specific operator weapon that would be available only in Warfare, and a new vehicle. Then they're introducing a tons of new rewards and cosmetics, which I'm not going to dive in. That will discover it at release. A very cool thing is they announced that they are making good progress on the console, on Xbox and PlayStations. They are actively in development. They say they are very close to release controller support. I guess this will be for PC as well with their consoles. And then they announced the esport parts. So they say they're going to start the esport for the game. It will mainly start in Asia for the moment. They have a tournament mid of May, 100K prize pool to start for the first tournament. The teams are mainly from Asia, China, Thailand, Japan, and Korea. But they say they're going to start open qualifier for North America and Europe region. So curious to see how that evolves. That will help to attract more players to the game and give more visibility to the game. We are launching as well creator programs, different ones depending on your audience, to help creators basically promote the game, but as well gain value from promoting the game. I'm very happy about all of that. It helps to promote the game. It hopefully helps to attract new players, make the player base larger, and just give more money as well to the company so they make the game better. Okay, that covers everything you need to know about deltaforce Season 4, Nightwatch. I've tried to share both what I've seen from official channels and as well some rumors. So take it with a grain of salt when it's a rumor. Maybe nothing of that will happen, but it's still interesting to see what's happening on the Chinese servers and the Chinese rumors. What are you the most excited about? Let me know in the comments. I will be streaming the night operation as soon as the season 4 drops on the 21st of April. Don't forget to subscribe. Join me on Twitch to see it live. And until then, prepare for darkness, operators.